Up next on the Rockbridge Report, an impeachment vote happens tomorrow for South Korea's president who had declared martial law earlier this week. We'll tell you what both sides are saying in Seoul. And later, Lexington business owners prepare for what could be a fruitful holiday shopping season.
This year we've had to go a little quicker than we normally do, so we're feeling optimistic.
Then, New Yorkers brace as towns across the state get 5 feet of snowfall. Katie Eubanks tells us to expect more cold weather in Virginia next week. After that, how WNL men's soccer is feeling going into tonight's Final Four game. All that coming up right now on the Rockbridge Report.
Live from the campus of Washington and Lee University with news from Rockbridge County, this is the Rockbridge Report.
Welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Emmy Amison.
And I'm Kaden Buss. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol is getting more calls to resign today after briefly declaring martial law on Tuesday. Yoon said he declared martial law to eliminate North Korean followers and anti-state forces. A majority, 190 members of parliament, voted to overturn the declaration. Members of the opposing Liberal Party are now calling for Yoon's impeachment. The White House said the U.S. is seriously concerned with the events in Seoul and will monitor proceedings closely. There are currently 25,000 U.S. troops in South Korea. North Korean officials did not comment. A formal impeachment vote is expected to happen tomorrow.
Police found a smudged handprint on a bottle in the words "deny, defend, and depose" written on bullets used by the shooter of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The manhunt is ongoing. Police also located the shooter's e-bike and a phone potentially belonging to them. Thompson was shot around 6:45 as he walked to the New York Hilton Midtown. He was in town for an investors meeting. Police say the gunman appeared to be lying in wait for several minutes before approaching Thompson and opening fire. He was pronounced dead at the hospital. The Hilton Midtown is a stone's throw from sites like Rockefeller Center and is often dense with tourists. Police are offering $10,000 for information leading to an arrest.
We've got breaking news from downtown Lexington. Just hours ago, an 18-wheeler took down a week-old traffic light on the corner of East Nelson and Main Street. Lexington police are directing traffic at the intersection. The downed light replaced an older one that was hit just a week ago.
The last 3 giraffes at the Natural Bridge Zoo will be moved out of the troubled animal park, but it is unclear exactly when the animals will be relocated. The Virginia Attorney General's office delayed the move because colder temperatures could be stressful for the giraffes, and 2 of the 3 are pregnant. The state raided the zoo a year ago after reports of animal abuse and neglect. In March, a jury placed 71 animals in Rockbridge County's custody. Read Liz Trubeck's full story on rockbridgereport.wlu.edu. The city of Lexington has increased ticketing after business owners said their customers can't find downtown parking spaces. Bella Timberding has more on how employees on Main Street are a part of the problem.
Earlier this fall, around 20 business owners presented a petition to Lexington City Council, arguing that customers do not have enough parking spaces. Jess Reed said downtown workers leave their cars in 2-hour spaces for up to 9 hours.
I've seen employees from the bank start their car from inside their office.
Reed said she first expressed her concerns to city parking enforcement officers more than a year ago.
I was told at that time that the parking enforcement vehicle was broken. They were waiting on funds. They are applying for a grant. It was very expensive. And basically I was told there's kind of nothing they could do in the meantime.
Rebecca Logan of Main Street, Lexington, agrees with Reed that the solution is increased enforcement.
The first ticket is 20, the second ticket is 40, the third ticket is 80, I think, and then the 5th time you don't get ticketed, you get towed. So if that's enforced, it changes people's behavior.
According to Lexington, Virginia Police Department's annual report, The number of parking tickets administered has already gone up 25% from 2023's total of 806 parking citations, with a notable jump in ticketing from 112 parking citations in September of 2024 to 326 in October 2024, right after the petition was taken to council. Customers say they have seen a notable change in enforcement.
The 2-hour parking spaces were not being necessarily enforced, and now I think they are, so I think that's a good thing.
Employees can park in the free all-day garage, which I timed as under a 3-minute walk from Main Street. Shop owners are hoping that tougher enforcement continues through the holiday season so consumers choose to shop downtown. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Bella Timmerding.
The holiday shopping season is underway, and local businesses report they're already busy. The Rockbridge Report's Kate Keeley is live on Main Street. Kate, what's the mood among downtown business owners?
Well, Caden, Lexington retailers count on Christmas shoppers to increase their annual sales, and I spoke with business owners to find out how they're feeling.
The holiday season is in full swing in Lexington, and business owners downtown are feeling optimistic about their sales this month. Shenandoah Attic and Victorian Parlor owner Debbie Darlington says she's been preparing for months.
We are very excited. We've actually been thinking about this since July when we ordered the stuff to come in.
Sugar Maple Trading Company owner Cindy Hughes says locals started shopping for Christmas earlier than she expected.
That has been taken us kind of by surprise because we normally ease into it, but this year we've had to go a little quicker than we normally do, so we're feeling optimistic.
And it isn't just small businesses that have seen early shoppers. Walmart reported last month that its third quarter sales had increased by 5% compared to last year. This year, Main Street Lexington is offering the Shop Small Sweepstakes, which offers prizes to those who shop at the small downtown businesses.
We are asking people to spend money when they go into each participating store. They have to spend a minimum of $10 to get a sticker, and then you have to visit a minimum of 5 of the 25 participating businesses to be eligible to be in the contest.
Logan says if you shop more, you'll have more chances to win. Hughes says this has caused customers to slow down and look through the store. She says even the small sales help everyone feel excited going into the holiday season. Business owners say this season is crucial for their overall success.
This last 3 months of the year is what pushes us, and we're really, really looking forward to it.
Holiday spending per person is expected to increase by about 3% over last year, thanks to higher demand for Legos and Barbies, according to the National Retail Federation. Live on Main Street for the Rockbridge Report, I'm Kate Keeley. Back to you, Caden.
Thanks, Kate. A Christmas parade, a run with bells, basket making, and holiday shopping are a few of the activities planned for the holiday season. Groups in Lexington, Buena Vista, and Rockbridge County are hosting events nearly every weekend until New Year's Eve. For a full breakdown of the who, what, and where, read Alejandra Pacheco's story at rockbridgereport.wlu.edu. Coming up on the Rockbridge Report, Buena Vista's Economic Development Director says she has several promising projects in the works to improve the city's economy. We'll hear from her next.
The community got to have a lot of input in what the design would look like, creating a space where we can have concerts, different types of events, the farmers market.
And later, the family of Adam Oakes reached a settlement in the wrongful death of their son at a VCU frat house. All that coming up on the Rockbridge Report. Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. Buena Vista has been working with local businesses to revitalize the city's economy. The Rockbridge Report's Channing Schilling sat down with Christina Ramsey, BV, Director of Economic Development, to learn more about these projects.
What is Buena Vista doing specifically to retain stores and to keep the downtown alive?
Yeah, so a couple of years ago we received a grant from the state to do some streetscape improvements, add some new light poles, wayfinding signage, replace some sidewalks, which has been a huge help. We're still working on that. And then within the last few years, we started a Main Street program. We've been working with the state, but we've not had an official nonprofit where there's an active board. And 2 years ago, City Council funded a part-time director for that. So
Wow.
they're fully their own nonprofit.
Another thing that's happening in downtown that will probably improve businesses is the town square. So will you talk to me a little bit about what that project has looked like, where it's at now?
It's right in the center of downtown at the connector point at 21st Street, so really the heart. So the city decided with work of a community group to pursue that, to purchase it, and make it a public gathering space. We did a community-led design, so the community got to have a lot of input in what the design would look like, creating a space where we can have concerts, different types of events, the farmers market. And just this year, we've been able to partner with our local timber framers. In April, we built the large market pavilion, so that is fully complete. And just this October, very last minute, we were able to do the stage structure. So the space is pretty much done, but we're planning to have a dedication ceremony in April-May timeframe.
Make sure to stick around for the full 10-minute conversation immediately following our broadcast at 5:30.
Rockbridge County was awarded a $4.4 million grant to install additional broadband services in rural parts of the county. The money comes from the U.S. Department of Agriculture and will provide high-speed internet service to over 800 homes and 4 businesses. The grant follows another grant awarded last summer, which expanded internet service to more than 2,000 homes and businesses.
The family of Adam Oakes reached a settlement in a wrongful death lawsuit with the National Delta Chi fraternity and 11 former members of the fraternity's Virginia Commonwealth University chapter. The 19-year-old died during a hazing incident in February 2021. CNN's Desiree Montilla has the details.
A wrongful death lawsuit filed by the family of Adam Oakes in Richmond Circuit Court reaches a multi-million-dollar settlement. In February 2021, the VCU freshman died of alcohol poisoning during a hazing incident at an off-campus fraternity event after accepting a bid to join Delta Chi. Nearly 2 years after Adam's death, his family filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Delta Chi Fraternity Incorporated, the VCU chapter, and 11 former members who the family believes is responsible for Adam's death. As part of the settlement, Delta Chi and the individuals listed in the lawsuit will pay $3.8 million, mostly through their insurance carriers, to the parents of Adam Oakes and 3 law firms representing the family. In the documents, Delta Chi has also agreed to make donations totaling $425,000 to the Love Like Adam Foundation, a nonprofit started by Adam's family focusing on hazing prevention education.
The defendants, both the fraternity and the individual student members of the fraternity, completely denied all liability. And so what this represents is both the plaintiffs, the estate of Adam Oakes, and the defendants deciding that it made more sense to settle by agreement, to resolve the claims by agreement, rather than to go to trial, where either party could lose.
Our legal analyst, Steve Benjamin, says this settlement means all claims have been resolved, but believes there's a lesson to learn.
This kind of death is a tragic loss that should never happen. But it does happen. It will continue to happen. And it illustrates the importance of parents teaching their children about the dangers of alcohol.
Coming up on the Rockbridge Report, over 5 feet of snow fell this week in parts of New York State.
Getting this much all at once, it's been the hardest part because when the plow goes by, the stuff at the end of the road is all hard packed and heavy.
We've got breaking weather.
It has been absolutely freezing and windy here in Lexington, but luckily those conditions are going to start warming up next week. Tune into my forecast for more. I'm Katie Eubanks with the Rockbridge Report.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. We've got breaking weather news from the West Coast as a magnitude 7 earthquake hits Northern California and parts of Oregon. The National Weather Service has canceled a prior tsunami warning. There are no reports of major damage or injury. We've seen a few short flurries in Lexington in the last few weeks. In New York, more than 5 feet of snow fell in the community of Barnes Corners over the weekend. It created a winter wonderland, but also left quite a mess to clean up. CNN's Thomas Caffarella reports.
More than 5 feet of snow pummeled Barnes Corners over the weekend, creating snow mounds higher than mailboxes and trees drooping over power lines. After the snowfall, the only thing left to do is clear the way. Chanel Holder chose a shovel to dig around and underneath her car. She won't let lake effect snow stop her from being a mom.
Yeah, my daughter has a doctor's appointment in Lowville today.
Down the road A 6-year-old snowblower helping Shane and Maria Learned clear the way at home. It got the job done. Shane admits the elements were a worthy opponent.
Getting this much all at once, it's been the hardest part because when the plow goes by, the stuff at the end of the road is all hard packed and heavy, and that's where we had the most trouble.
Instead of 2 wheels, 4. Brad Barber and his John Deere tractor prepare his rental cabin, expecting an influx of snowmobilers in the area soon. He knows North Country weather can be harsh and helps those around him.
I've been helping one neighbor out down the street, and my neighbors up the street, they got bogged down, so I went up and I plowed them out.
USPS is reminding people to remove snow around mailboxes so its drivers can get to their mailbox.
And after a warm fall here in Lexington, Caden, I'm sure excited to get around to chilly weather.
Yeah, but I sure hope that those cooler temperatures bring some snow to make it our own little winter wonderland, Katie.
That's definitely right. While it has been quite cold here in Lexington and very windy, we definitely are not going to be seeing those snowy conditions. So starting off with our live shot here on Main Street in downtown Lexington, it is very cold, very windy. Do not be fooled by the sun that is setting there. A very, very freezing day here. So now transitioning into our current conditions, our high this morning was 40 degrees and our low was a very cold 15. Barometric pressure is at 30.01 inches, and then wind speed is at 26 miles per hour. And with that wind speed, it actually does feel like 17 degrees outside, quite cold. And then our humidity is at 38%. So now transitioning into our radar here, as you can see, no clouds, no rain. It is very sunny, but again, do not be fooled by that. It is quite cold outside. So now when looking at our current conditions here in the area, we do have sun pretty much everywhere, very little clouds. Starting off in Stanton, it is 28 degrees, Charlottesville 34, Lexington and Buena Vista are at 30 degrees, and then Lynchburg 34. Transitioning over to the west, Covington, we do have a little bit of cloud coverage and 27, and then Roanoke 32. So now when looking at our 5-day forecast here, starting out on Friday tomorrow, it is still quite cold but sunny. Our high tomorrow is 36 with a very cold low of 15 degrees. And then when looking at this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, it is warming up just a little bit. Both days have sun. Saturday, a high of 44 and a low of 22. Sunday, a high of 58 and a low of 36. So now when looking at next week, Monday and Tuesday, we do have a little bit of rain transitioning in, but the temperatures will be warmer than they have been this week. Monday, a high of 54 and a low of 43. Tuesday, a high of 62 and a low of 42. So now, while we do have those clouds and rain moving in next week, this weekend it is still very nice and sunny outside, so make sure to spend some time outside and catch up on those sports. Back to you, Emmy and Caden.
Thanks, Katie. Coming up on the Rockbridge Report, Washington and Lee men's soccer plays in the NCAA Final Four in Las Vegas. Mackenzie Kane talks to head coach Lumumba Shabazz.
Mindset is on finishing the job. Mindset is finishing the job.
And later, a New Jersey family is going all out with their holiday decorations. Stay with us here at the Rockbridge Report.
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report.
Caden, last night I was able to catch volleyball in action at the Elite Eight.
Yeah, but they aren't the only ones that went dancing. Men's soccer is in action in the Final Four, right, Devin?
Yeah, they're doing good, too. Washington and Lee's men's soccer plays Connecticut College tonight in the NCAA Final Four after beating Dickinson 3-2 at last week's away game. The Rockbridge Report's Mackenzie Kane has the story.
The Washington and Lee men's soccer team is headed back to familiar territory, making their third Final Four appearance in the last 4 years. And I'm joined here by head coach Lumumba Shabazz. Now, Coach, this is only your first season with the team, and you are just 2 games away from a national championship. Where's your mind at right now?
Mindset is on finishing the job. Mindset is finishing the job. Previous teams here, I speak to my guys quite a lot, especially a senior class, and I already acclaim. So listen, you're the most successful generation of men's soccer players who've come through this program since its existence, right? But certainly getting to a Final Four is a huge achievement in and of itself. It takes teams and coaches sometimes a generation just to get to this point, and so getting to 3 Final Fours now in 4 years is a huge, huge achievement. But it's not really the final goal for us, right? I mean, we kind of look at our season in stages. We had a phase 1, 2, and 3, and each one of those phases had its specific outcomes and objectives that we wanted to achieve, and now it's phase 4. And phase 4 now is really focused on just executing and finishing the job, being able to walk across the field and be acclaimed national champions.
Well, Coach, I appreciate you taking the time to chat with me. I wish you the best of luck this weekend. And signing off with the Rockbridge Report, I'm Mackenzie Kane.
W&L Volleyball also made it to the NCAA Championship site in nearby Salem, Virginia. In the Elite Eight last night, the Generals fell in straight sets versus number 2 Hope College. The Generals ended their season with a program record of 35 wins. And Generals women's basketball suffered their first loss of the year, 63-49, away versus Bridgewater College. VMI men's basketball got their 5th win of the season on Tuesday. The Cadets' offensive barrage took down the Virginia University of Lynchburg Dragons 113-51. Cadet wrestling is also off to a hot start after defeating Seton Hall in a duel at home 42-8. Southern Virginia University men's basketball fell to the University of Mary Washington 79-37 on Tuesday night in Fredericksburg. And SBU women's basketball upset the number 8 Christopher Newport Captains at home last night 69-65. Off to you.
Thanks, Devin. A New Jersey family's love for holiday lights shines bright. Very, very bright. For the last 7 years, the Hack family has covered their home and front yard with tens of thousands of lights. CNN's Brianna Gallagher has the story.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you've been dreaming of a bright Christmas, well, you've come to the right place.
Hundreds of family, friends, and neighbors made their way to Bryn Mawr Avenue.
3, 2, 1, flip the switch!
This is their 7th annual Flip the Switch, and the Hack family takes a lot of time to prepare.
We usually start planning in like August, and then we start putting stuff up around October.
I do a lot of the background stuff of spreadsheets, blueprints. I help put up the lights. I'm on the roof.
With 82,000 lights, the display is quite spectacular.
A lot of people have like a favorite holiday. It's like a national holiday. I call this my favorite holiday, Saturday after Thanksgiving.
This year's theme, Summer in December.
A lot of people really liked the theme last year, so that's why we decided to stick with the same theme, but we had to make it a little bit different.
They've added more lights, electronics, and even a lifeguard stand atop a light-up beach that now takes over their driveway.
I'm a beach person, so just seeing the sand in the middle of all these amazing lights is awesome.
Growing up, the Hacks always loved Christmas. Now they like to spread that holiday cheer to others.
I think it's great that we can make it like 300-400 people smile all at once, so that's a really cool moment for all of us.
It's amazing to live in such a great neighborhood who enjoys the fact that I put these lights up.
Neighbors love it, and it shows. From the crowd, they've already filled nearly 8 bins of donated toys in one night, a way to encourage others to give back while coming out and enjoying the holiday lights.
It started out as like just us from the neighborhood, and then it just grew and grew and grew, and I think it's just amazing.
That's all for the Rockbridge Report. Thanks for watching.
We're off for the holidays, but look out this January for a new team here at the Rockbridge Report.
Stay tuned for Channing Schilling's interview with Christina Ramsey. We'll see you next time.